Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we're revisiting a really old, original Hellcube commander. If you played when Brawl first came out, which I did, you'll remember this guy. Absolute piece of, such a dominating force back then because it follows the tried and tested staple of Planeswalker. So he has a card advantage, drawing a card, untaps 2 lands, being able to keep up and negate a mana drain counterspell is insane. Bear in mind it untaps any 2 lands, including something like Lotus Field, which is going to give you 3 mana just for that alone. When they add the Karoo lands into the format, it's going to be even better. We've got -3, which is a protection ability, keeps your Planeswalker safe from enemy attackers. And the -8 is just one of the most broken ultimates ever. Draw a card, exile a permanent. It is so insane. So, as expected, this is a hard control deck opposed to Nicol Bolas, which is a lot more proactive. Nicol Bolas Grixis actually promotes being more aggressive. And actually, I would say that this is the other side of the coin. And definitely playing white-blue is very different from playing Grixis. And when I used to play Standard and then made both decks using Teferi and or Bolas, you will start to feel the difference between white-blue and Grixis. It's a huge difference. But yeah, white-blue is a lot more trolly, fewer win cons, basically. So we've got all the usual suspects, counter spells. You definitely want to have a Pact of Negation here. I hate saying that because I don't like free spells. But if you play Teferi and keep this up, you can counter your opponent's counter spell. It's going to be heavy counter war. And then you keep your Teferi up, which is just absolutely ludicrous. You've got some spicy cards as well. Oath of Gideon. This seems like an ultra weird card in the deck. This used to be a rare, just so you know. It's downgraded now. It comes in, you get 2 core ally creature tokens. I don't really care about that too much. They make good blockers, though, because whenever you get a blocker, it does make it a hell of a lot more annoying for your opponents. But it does say each Planeswalker enters with an additional loyalty counter on it, and it doesn't seem like much. But we've got quite a few Teferi Planeswalkers and so on in here. And just making them +1 loyalty, if you read +1 loyalty as +1 turn, it then seems a bit more deadlier because every turn you have to ferry out, you're getting closer to the ultimate. When you ultimate, it's just game over for your opponent. So we do have a few ways to proliferate as well. Staff of Completion does that too. Trying to think what else we had. I swear we had another one that I now cannot find. Contentious Plan. Proliferate, draw a card. Experimental Augury. Basic, draw a card. Proliferate. So there's definitely quite a few cool options in here. And yeah, playtested this quite a bit. It's got a lot of board wipes. It's got a lot of just powerful stuff going on. A lot of cool synergy. Oath of Teferi, awesome as well. Lets you use your Planeswalker abilities twice per turn. And also when it comes in Flicker a permanent, it's very versatile. And when you have Oath of Teferi out with multiple Planeswalkers, it is ridiculous the stuff you can do. You know, using a walker twice in one turn should not be allowed, but this definitely enables you to do that. So yeah, join me as we go through some games with Teferi in 2025. Pretty awesome commander. And you'll be glad you don't see this in the regular queue, and you don't. I mean, it's interesting because the regular queue is kind of broken at the moment. Everything's all over the place, but I feel as though the game, hurts me to say this, does a pretty decent job of keeping the Hellcube stuff fairly distanced from us. But yeah, I'm going to do a few of these Hellcube commanders, so join me as we revisit this. I've already done Bolas. Let's do a few more, see how we get on, and I hope you enjoy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, support the channel through Ko-fi and Patreon. They're really the best ways to support me. Cool, let's get into the gameplay. Opponent going first with Mono White Flicker. Philia, one of the most annoying decks you'll ever face. It really is a pile of Scheisenberg. But if you can stop Philia, the deck is just not that great. They're just playing it out. Okay. Also, turn 1 Sentinel is also irritating. Let's just get rid of it here. They're going to get a small 1-drop. A Novice Inspector investigates. Okay. Louis Theroux investigates. Louis Theroux. Such a great documentarian. Oh, Elite Spellbinder. This is annoying. This is one of those games where opponent going first is very irritating. Going to make all our spells cost more and more and more because they're going to flicker the schnitzel out of Elite Spellbinder. Ristic Study. Ooh. Okay, so we're going to say 2. So that means we get a Philia as well. Lol. Loyal Warhound. Huh? Right, okay, so they're basically going to do that to get rid of our box. Right. Righty-ho, then. And they're going to start attacking in. Fine. One board wipe and we're going to be okay, I reckon. They've got more lands than us now, so the claim jumper actually gets us an extra land. Why are they pausing there? That was weird. That was freaky. Don't like that. I don't like that it paused there, guys. I think they've got a free spell in their hand. I can almost guarantee they have a free spell in their hand. Nice. So this is one of those games where Teferi is going to be pretty bad, really. They've just got too much aggro, too much stuff coming in. I think we just keep blocking whatever they have. The 3-1 is going to be really irritating, I have to say. Oof, and they're going to flash in that. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Okay. Oh, they're not gonna do it. Take another 3. Okay. Do they know? They know we have the One Ring Emperor. So they could have some kind of counter or bounce or mana tide won't work. Even interrupter. I'm gonna plot that. Okay. 2 mana. That's pretty lol, isn't it? First things first, let's get rid of this, because that is so annoying. Oh my god. They're going to protect it. Cloud Shift on that. Okay. So they're going to plot more of our stuff. Jeez, that's really irritating. Okay. We're just going to flash into Brazen Burrow. This is why I hate this deck. It's so infuriating. And it's basically a Death and Taxes build, right? Flash this in. How much more protection and stuff can they possibly have? I'm not really sure. Right, let's get rid of that, because that's got 3 power. Down to 11. I think they should have just attacked with the Sentinel as well, because they know that our flying guy could only actually block flies anyway. I know this seems weird, but I really do not want Feely to exist. Okay, good. They do get an Ox out of this, though, which is very irritating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we get a 3 mana 5/5 that makes 2/2s every turn. Ah, delightful. And here's the actual crazy thing about the Abhorrent Oculus is it feeds into other ones. So like if you play 60 card format, we get multiples of this. Each Abhorrent Oculus just feeds itself. Oh my god, that scared me then. It made me think that was an artifact or enchantment, but it is not. Journey to Nowhere. Come on. Okay, well, we'll keep blocking. Down to 9. 2 mana, 3 and 3. I think I'm just gonna give them a card for once. Kill that. Play this. Get rid of the Aven Interrupter. Basically just slow them down massively here. Okay. I mean, I'm trying my best to keep up with these guys, but my goodness. So annoying. It's just loads. It's just like death by 1,000 cuts. So that kills that. Something that we can theoretically bring back with the ECD. 4, 5, 6. What are they going to do? Sun Titan. Servine's Reclamation, and they can flash it back to get 2 more small things as well. Winning announcement. Oh, jeez. Oh my goodness, that is literally the best thing we could have drawn. I think we won the game now. 3, 2, yeah, GG's. Suckers. Oh, that's brilliant. That is literally the best thing I could have drawn because it keeps 1, 2, 3. It keeps our ACD alive. There is no greater feeling than to come back from being oppressed so horrendously. Yeah. Suck it! This hand is really not very good, but we do have a Fragmentize. And I feel as though this Fragmentize may slow him down just a tad. Because even if we get rid of just one artifact, it means they can't go for Emery on turn 2. Oh. Okay, we might just keep that back for a sec. Although, yeah, I mean, either way, they're going to be able to play Emery here. And they can make that a bit bigger as well. Mill 4. They can play an artifact from there. Ugh. And they're not going to do anything. Let's just bounce it back, or try to anyway. So this is going to get a bit bigger, but... Ooh. So we can lockbox and get our own Emery? That's quite funny, actually. This is such a trolly card. A lot of people don't know how to play around this. I mean, I certainly don't, because one time I played a game and this guy played a 7-mana spell, and I just randomly chose 7, and it was the next card they played, and I ended up winning the game because I got it. But yeah. Okay, so no artifacts in our graveyard, sadly. Springleaf Drum. No, oh, we can just go for the ominous box. Oh, hang on a sec. Hang on a second there. Looping this is kind of weird, isn't it? Let's keep it modest. Let's go for 3. Springleaf Drum. 1 and 1. I don't really care about the low mana stuff, like the 1 mana stuff. Hang about Walker. It could get annoying. Springleaf Drum, so they want to do a bit more ramping. Okay, so remember, they don't know what number we've chosen, so this is kind of funny. And let's just keep that up. Lotus Field with Teferi's kind of good. I can almost guarantee they're going to have... They've kept up 3 mana here, which is a bit sus. Let's go for Oath of Gideon. We get 2 blockers. I probably should have just gone for a blue source there to keep up the veto, shouldn't I? Yeah, that was a silly move. Alright, we'll see how we get on. If they get something like Paradox Engine, we're just absolutely screwed. Oh my god, we get an Archmage's Charm. Oh, if only it was Gain Control, I would have gained control of this. That is actually quite funny. We hit good there. Oh, mate. I want to do that more. Lockbox plus Emery is so crazy. You may search it over for a basic. Okay. Reveal it, put it in your hand. I mean, I don't really care about that. There's a lot of just cantrips, like boring cantrips in those decks. But what I do want to be careful of is just keeping the Dovin up in the following turns, because otherwise it's going to be very scary. Fabricate. Search artifact, reveal it, put your hand. Oh no. And it's a Paradox Engine. So we're going to want a Dovin's Veto there. Okay, so if we go for Lockbox, we can get a Paradox Engine for 2 mana. And we have an uncounterable Dovin's Veto. Okay. Things are looking pretty good. And a mana drain as well. So let's do the thing. Ominous Lockbox for 2. How much mana do we need, though? Oh, I don't know if we can do it in the same turn. So we need to leave up the 2 mana. So let's go for the... Let's just go for that. What a weird game. Choose 5. So we want the Paradox Engine. We've got 1 mana left. But we need to leave up the veto. So we can't actually do anything else. Sadly. Okay, we'll just have to be content with that for now. So they may assume that they're going to be able to stop us. Moon Silver Key. Okay, I don't really care too much about that. Oh, this is scary, because I feel like we're teetering on the edge of just dying to some random evil stuff that I'm not prepared for. But I don't think I'd like what's worse than Paradox Engine. Kind of want to mana drain something as well. Oh my goodness, they're not going to do anything. And they're keeping up mana. So do we just want to go for Claim Jumper? I think we'll go for Claim Jumper. We just have to be so patient here. We've got 2 counter spells, basically. I do not... The last thing I want to do is play Teferi and just get it countered. Sure. Okay, dude. Okay, we'll keep up 2 counter spells. Oh, this is the kind of game that is scary. So the Springleaf Drum basically uses the Emery to tap for that, okay? Give me one of your good spells, dude. I can't believe they use that to counter a guy that gets a land. You know you want to play it, just play it. Key to the Archive. Let's mana drain that. And you know what? They don't have enough mana for Paradox Engine, so... They're going to play that, which taps for more mana. We need more blue mana, don't we? I've just realised, yeah, we wouldn't have had enough for 2 counters, but we actually got really lucky there, to be honest. Especially with all the mana we've got here. So we've got 4 generic. Let's go for Teferi. With Dovin's Veto up. No. But now we don't have the mana to stop Paradox Engine, which is kind of terrifying. But we'll have other things going on.
Let's skip to the good part.
Supreme Verdict. Dovin is going to really screw him up as well. Prevent all the damage from here. So, have they just won though? This is the only issue I'm seeing now. Maybe not with Dovin out, because Dovin makes everything cost 1 more. But we shall see. We've got no protection now. I'm a bit worried. Having to use it. Maybe we should have just let them counter the Teferi there. Maybe that would have been the best thing. See, I don't know now. I'm actually starting to think that if they don't cast this here, then we just sacrifice this because it is a clue just to draw a card and then just replay it on our next turn. But yeah, remember, Dovin is a taxation effect, which is going to slow them down heavily. Especially against a Stormy build. Regrowth on the Pact. So now I don't want to use this, although they don't have the mana. Because it costs one more. Tap and untap. Everything's tapped. Which means they can't use it. They've got no spare mana. Get lost. Creature, enchantment, or planeswalker. Let's get rid of that. I'm sick of them keep doing that over and over again. Right. We're in a pretty decent scenario, I'd say. We just need one more counter spell. Wash away, that's perfect. That is actually perfect. Ominous lockbox. We're kind of soft locking them. So we're definitely going to say 5, because then we want to get the Paradox Engine. Or I mean, 5 also gets... No, I was going to say... No, it doesn't. It doesn't get the pact. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Now, obviously, if they have something like a Cyclonic Rift, that is going to be just absolutely terrible. Let's fade this.
When pursuing creativity.
So we're going to get 2 mana. And now we'll start attacking. But yeah, untapping the Lotus Field is crazy. Getting more creatures here with the Abhorrent Oculus is also crazy. Now, the only issue here is Pact of Negation will be able to protect whatever they want to cast. So, okay. So they're going to... Oh yeah, we still need to deal with it, don't we? But we can force their hand. So we'll let our trigger resolve. And then we'll counter theirs. Which I'm assuming they're going to use the pack, but it's going to cost +1 to do that. But we both get a Paradox Engine. But do they have a way to kind of go infinite? Or anything? Don't forget, we also have Teferi here to minus getting rid of their Paradox Engine. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, the fact they had a free counter spell out of that is kind of annoying. So playing that untaps all of their things. They currently don't have haste, though. And maps don't give you... Oh, no. Aetherflux is on top. Oh, that's not good. We are a bit scared. Remember, this does no damage. Oh, Mesmerical. That's going to annihilate us. What other spells do they have? Okay. And they got more mana. Witch's Oven. I can't believe they put that in the graveyard, but I suppose they do have Emery. Do we just lose to something? I mean, we tried to counter... Prevent damage from this. Yeah, doesn't do any damage. Eaten by piranhas. Okay. Transform it. I think we do. Let's just see if we can find some mass removal here. We have a Paradox Engine, remember. Counter spell, I mean, that's fine, I guess. Do we just have to get rid of the Paradox Engine or the Emery? I think the Emery. Although the frustration here is that the Hangerback Walker, when that dies, they're going to get 8/11s. Lockbox just to copy a Mesmeric Orb. Or we can lockbox to pay 4 for the Aetherflux, and then they kind of go off a bit. I think we just have to fade this.
Looking to elevate yourself?
Can they draw?
Perhaps a pair of stilts.
I'm looking for some mass thing here. Mass, wipage. Ah, there we are. But we don't have the mana for it. 3, 4, 5. That is annoying. So for now, I think... Oh, we should have drawn that because if they're playing Mesmeric Orb... No, we can counter Mesmeric Orb. But tucking that is more important here for now, I think. We've got no flyers. Keep them back. And yeah, I don't want to use a verdict because this is going to unleash hell. Mill a card. They don't want that orb anymore. Oh, I see. The Witch's Oven can actually kill the Hangerback Walker to make all the... Interesting. So that could be problematic. Yeah, well... Okay, fine. I suppose it means our Planeswalkers are dead, but I think we're okay. Oh, they've got to pay 5 as well. That'll slow them down a bit. Okay. That's actually kind of made me a bit happy because it means that we can kind of safely go for the Supreme Verdict in our next turn because I really don't care about these very much at all. They have literally no value after that if we use the Supreme Verdict.
Clearly, the shortcomings here were mine.
So yeah, the best they can do is just play the Emery and pass. Counterspell gone. But yeah, if they're just top decking and they don't have Emery, I don't really care about counterspelling that because they can't activate it this turn. Jack-o'-lantern is in the graveyard. River's Rebuke. Do we just do that first? Probably. Lockbox. Play it. So with Emery, that is just ridiculous, isn't it? Choose 4. I wouldn't mind getting a copy of their Key to the Archive, really. And then we still have the 2 mana up for counterspell, so see you later. Brilliant. And we can attack with our feeble creatures. Although the Eaten by Piranhas goes back to the hand, annoyingly. But they could just put that on the Emery. So here comes the Winter. So I don't really see what milling does. Because they're never, ever, ever going to be able to do anything unless they have card advantage. Oh, I don't know. Gaining some life. Yeah, the Hangerback Walker's been pretty irritating in hindsight. All these things on the stack as well, that's crazy. And now Abhorrent Oculus is online as well. I mean, if they want to use the Piranhas, then feel free to go ahead, because I've got a better fish to fry with that counterspell. And they know we have it. Okay. Pass to them. This is turning out to be quite an epic battle. But they have very limited mana. Only 8 for all the cards in their hand. And they know we have a counter spell. And a Paradox Engine to untap everything. I normally struggle a hell of a lot against Emery, but I guess the only way... Because the issue with Emery is, if you just kill her, and they've got lots of artifacts out, then every turn they can just redeploy her. And she's almost always going to be 1 mana, because how many artifacts they've got. But when you have a bit of control, you can kind of systematically target all their tech pieces. But that can be difficult to do. Let's say if you just had like mono green or mono red, you know, the monos are going to be always difficult. So they're playing all these artifacts out to basically make her cheaper. Key to the Archive is going to trigger for us, so we get one first. We get Time Warp. Oh my. Get rid of the Verdict, because now they're going to get Key to the Archive, but I'd rather counter their commander. I think. Because we actually we kind of want to use our creatures to just pummel in. Also, Key to the Archive is excellent with the Paradox Engine. We've just stolen all of their things. And there's the Emery. Which I know it can seem a bit dangerous because they've got a Paradox Engine in their hand. I understand, but we're going to time warp and see how we get on here. And they still have mana to do stuff. That's crazy amount of mana post Emery. Post Malone. That's a good one as well. We are seriously abusing this lockbox. And you know what? The lockbox is my card. It's not his, so... Untap. I guess... I don't know. 3? It's hard to say. White. Play this. Like, it doesn't really matter what the order in which we do stuff, because we get an extra turn anyway. We can even play Teferi. The sequencing's a bit off here, but because we're getting extra turn, I'm not too worried.
Let's skip to the good part.
Land is fine. Let's attack in. And we might as well just draw a card here because we're getting an extra turn. They're down to 20. Dog untaps all of our stuff. It does not give us a land, but it just gives us an extra bit of power in the following turn. And then we just play the lockbox again here. This is so broken, guys. Three. I don't know what to go for. The reason I'm not going for 5 because we already have a Paradox Engine. You know what? We're just going to use it to draw. And a land. And okay, cool. That is insane the amount of times you can do that. Okay, Esper Sentinel's not very good.
Keep up the pace.
Okay, let's see what we get with these Canter. I'm surprised they're still playing. Leyline is just not very good here. Lockbox. Playing Lockbox just gives us more mana back. Right, we attack. Down to 9. We have Hexproof. How good is that? I guess River's Rebuke says target player. Target player. So that stops River's Rebuke and it stops Cyclonic Rift. Let's draw a card. Destroy Artifact. Okay, that's incredible. Really crazy. This is crazy. Let's go for let's go for 2. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm doing with that. And then yeah, let's go back to them. We can untap 1 and 2. We probably should have used the Lotus Field a bit more, shouldn't we? I'll be very surprised if they can actually win from here. Like, they can't use River's Rebuke. They can't use Cyclonic Rift. I don't think... Well, actually... Okay, Cyclonic Rift they can use because that doesn't actually target. That says each opponent. So that would actually mess us up quite badly, I think. Rune-Carved Obelisk. Seek a card with the highest amount of among cards in your library. Amount of an X. Ugh. Phyrexian Portal. Right. Let's just activate this just in case there's a counter spell. Fracturing Identity is fine. I can't use it yet, but... Right, so Paradox Engine. Let's see what they do here. They only have 1 mana rock. Add 2, put 2 charge counters on it. Is that really all they can do? That's got to be game over. That has to be game over. There is no way they can get around our attackers. I'm so glad I didn't use that board wipe earlier because it would have diminished our field. And yeah, you might think Leyline of Sanctity is a really odd card to have in the deck, but when you're facing a lot of black X control shells that are continuously discarding your hand, you'll see why this is. I faced a Liliana deck once when all they did was just discard my cards from my hand every single turn on curve, and I had a point where I just had nothing left, and I thought, goodness me, if I just had this. This is going to be a point where the opponent just concedes, ropes me because they're not happy about this. How long has this game been? It's been quite a good game, to be fair. It's been a good back and forth. But this is the one thing I really hate about the community is you'll have these good games and then all of a sudden it's not going their way and then they just throw the toys out the pram. It's just so unsporting and you'd never see this in a physical tournament. It's absolute bullshit. What a shame. What a shame to be such a prick. It's ironic that their name is Frenderson. Don't think they have any. Roping is boring now. It doesn't even upset me. It's just like I just want to move on and do other things. You know, imagine on your deathbed, you're like, oh, I just wish I had 5 more minutes with my loved ones, and then you realise, oh yeah, I roped somebody for 10 minutes. Stupid idiot. And then they just pass the turn anyway, so... and then they're going to draw it out. What a shame. This actually reminds me a lot of, like, I don't follow tennis. But is it John McEnroe? I think it's John McEnroe, who's like the classic American tennis player who wasn't... He doesn't get really moody when he lost. This is that typical thing. Like, because my emotes are banned, I imagine this person's kind of emotes family, like throwing the tennis racket on the floor and saying, I cannot believe this, and just pacing in circles. And everyone's like, just stop it, dude. Well, I mean, it's difficult to say what I do about these videos, right? Because the first part of this video is really good, and I'm happy to deliver it to you as a viewer to see. But then the ending is just like this, and it just really puts a dampener on such a great game. Such a shame. Please don't be like this Frenderson person. Did you know that you can help my channel by watching another one of my videos? Go ahead, you know you want to.